Welcome back to another video, and I want to talk about gooseberries today. So, being that it's winter and it's cold outside, well, today is actually in the 50s, but it's supposed to be cold outside. So, given that it's winter, why would I be talking about gooseberries? Well, we have rabbits, and earlier this year I had transplanted some very young propagules of gooseberries and in various areas of the garden, and they were really young, so the rabbits ended up chewing off a bunch of the tips of those propagules that I had planted. So I'm trying to protect what's left of them. I'm sure, and I have a lot of confidence, that these gooseberries will be able to rebound and grow very strong and very fast in the springtime, but I just want to protect what's there, and then once they start to grow, they'll be fine because the rabbits will prefer to go for other foods. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to put some cages around these gooseberries. Now I do have some metal cages, but I don't have enough. I'll show you the metal cage I'm working on. Then I'm also trying a new technique using like a basket type weave, so I just want to show you what I'm looking at with that as well. So let's go check it out. Alright, so here is the metal caging I have around this gooseberry plant. Alright, so here is one of the gooseberry plants. They were a little taller earlier this year. You can see this guy got chopped off by, I guess, a rabbit later in the fall, early winter. So I'm just going to try to make this protection cage around it. Unfortunately, it's after the fact. I'd prefer to be a little bit more proactive about this, but you kind of learn as you go. Alright, so here is the skeleton of a white heath aster. These stalks are a little stronger than you might think, and I'm going to use these as some stakes for this natural fencing that I am experimenting with today around the gooseberry plants. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a few of these, and then I'm going to sharpen the end of them. So I'm going to harvest, I think I'm going to start off with trying to harvest five of these stakes for around one gooseberry plant. You want an odd number of stakes. It's kind of like basket weaving, so that you can straddle the weave between each weave. You get a few more. I want them to be about the same width so that they can be a little bit more equal in the tension that they might be carrying for that weave. Now I'm just going to go ahead and trim off the branches. Now they don't need to be super tall, probably they don't even have to be that tall. Rabbits already kind of trimmed down the gooseberry plants since they were young enough, so these guys aren't really that tall anyway. These guys can be trimmed down a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to sharpen. I'm going to use the thicker end of these as the top to hammer in, and so the bottoms of these I'm going to sharpen into points so that they can go into the ground a little bit more easily. gonna hammer in these 5 stakes, and then we'll go from there. Of course, a nice alternative thing you can do is when you do go out of your way to protect these gooseberries and other plants similar to that rabbits might be going after, you can also prune back some other plants, like maybe if there's any autumn olive growing around or any other species that rabbits might like to chew on, to either chew the buds or the inner bark or whatever. And there goes a rabbit right now. So anyway, you can leave those prunings of those bushes or trees, apples or pears or peaches, plants like that can work as well, and you can scatter them on the ground, and that way the rabbits will browse on those, and you can kind of do that as like a replacement. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.